Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper, and today I'd like to welcome you back to Prison Architect Megamax. Our lovely symmetrical prison right here really is showing off its glistening, ever so clean self. Look at this, it's very clean right now, and already, about 20 seconds in, there's an incident involving a Mr. Warren Creaser right here. 149 years. 149 years. He's not getting out anytime soon. His grading has got a 97% reoffending chance. We've not really done much when it comes to programs yet, which is what really helps with their reoffending chance. As you can see right here, spiritual guidance is really helping out right now. Is this our spiritual leader? Okay, is the yellows the leaders then? Who's this? Skilled fighter. Anyway, so we were having problems last session. The prisoners, they were acting up constantly. Lots of bad things were happening. It wasn't ideal. And as you can see right there, now I've got 52 prisoners who say they are well treated. We look at the needs right now. Not much. It's looking pretty good at the moment. We still have the sleeping issue, but to be honest, I feel like having sleeping time just sort of mixed in the middle here basically just acts as lockup. Not that bad. I might just sort of keep these sleeping times here because it seems to just sort of quell them ever so slightly. It's quite nice. At the moment, I have quite a large number of guards stationed in some of these locations here because gangs keep taking them over, as you can see right here. So we're slowly evicting them. It's this red gang with 14 members. 14 members, and also it seems to have quite a few people higher up in the ranks. Got two right there. I think these are just sort of rookies. I'm pretty sure they're just new guys. They haven't been part of the gang for quite some time, that kind of thing. And then these ones are usually the gang leaders. They sort of have several circles around them. But I think this guy is the gang leader. I don't know. I imagine this guy is sort of his next best. Is sort of, if he dies, he becomes the leader. But he's also at the moment just number one. But he isn't the boss. So there we are. That's what's going on right now. At the moment, there's a few new members as well for the blue team. And they have 2 kills apparently. Probably from green. Green is just not doing well right now. It's really weird to sort of say that, oh, they're on the blue team. It just seems a little bit odd to me, but there we are. We're slowly evicting at the red from that particular zone. So the main problem I was having was that I wasn't giving them long enough to really get used to the regime. So I've gone past a few days now, and well, not a few days. I've gone past a little bit. I can't remember how many days I've gone past, but I played a bit to a point where their needs have been mostly fulfilled and their fights have been taken out of them. What I found is that if you station the armed guards on a patrol route, then whenever, well, I say station the armed guards on a patrol route, one thing is that patrol routes really help to keep them suppressed. So if prisoners go past someone on a patrol, then that suppresses them. It doesn't suppress them if they're just sort of randomly stationed to a sector like what we have done right here. If it's a guard patrol, that adds to suppression. What adds a shizload of suppression is prisoners walking past someone with a loaded shotgun. Supposedly, guns are so dangerous to the point where people are afraid of them. Who would have thought, ladies and gentlemen, who would have thought that this crazy bastard right here holding a rifle would scare the living hell out of you? Supposedly, that is the case. So now every time a prisoner goes through this little corridor, they will be suppressed and therefore not participating in any fights that may take place or just not starting any fights in general. Just fantastic. However, we've already had an incident off screen with the guards fighting. I say with the guards fighting. With the armed guards both getting killed and having their guns stolen and resulting in a death. Fortunately of a death of a prisoner, but still a death nonetheless. So we're just going to have to be a little bit careful. And this is because of gangs, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking gangs. The red gang, shall I say. What I need to do is move this person, who is currently on the red team, into the Supermax prison just for the time being. Because what I'm going to do is make a separate wing for them and have them all set on medium security so that we can have them on a separate schedule to everyone else. And that way, we might help to quell them ever so slightly. Excuse me. As to how we're going to do this, well, we're going to give them a lot less free time, I imagine. It's mostly, I mean, is it just going to be a Supermax wing? I think that might be just what I end up doing, just a Supermax wing. But what I need to do is make sure that the higher tier... where the hell's he gone? That the higher tier members of these gangs don't have the ability to recruit anyone. That's the whole point. That's probably why the green team has been so low for so long, because they've just got people that can't recruit anyone, so they're just sort of dwindling. However, these legendary prisoners, these gang leaders right here, these gang generals, we had one up here a minute ago, but I can't seem to find him. He's disappeared. Oh, there he is. He's moved cell block. I think, yeah, he was in solitary. Okay. Which is quite interesting. He was in solitary, but they didn't care that he was in solitary. Just that the main guy's in solitary. Anyway, quite fascinating. But what we want to do is make sure that he's in Supermax and that he's on a separate schedule to all his buddies so that he can't sort of muck around or do anything with his buddies. So, yeah, we've had some naked raids where they've come into the command room and sort of waited around here half naked. I have stopped a few of them. A lot of the times I'm just sort of keeping my eye open for them. It's just a lot of random, really cool events that are taking place that do require a little bit of manual handling, as it were. A little bit of control on my end. But there we are. We also want to make sure that this door is locked shut, because we have this door over here now that opens and closes. And we want to make sure they only use this door to get onto this side of the prison. It's not the most amazing system in the world. It could be a lot better, but oh well. For the time being, it seems to be working out fairly well. 67 prisoners say they are well treated. If we look at the hunger, that's the one that's rising. And we always have hunger at 2 p.m. We do have quite a lot of free time, however, which some people may not like. This seems to be the perfect system at the moment that we have. It seems to cater to all of their needs. At the moment, though, literacy is a big one, and that's something we really need to sort out. So we were going to put a library down here, and I am going to go ahead and do that right now. And at the same time, what we want to do is get ourselves some more prisoners. So if we get ourselves a... oh, God. That's a lot of prisoners. Let's get ourselves 10 more prisoners. 10, 15? I like the idea of getting 15 prisoners. 20 prisoners. 20. You know, I'm just going to go for the good 20 right there. That gives us a little bit more money. And I want to make sure we get higher and higher into the daily cash flow. And also, getting myself some more armed guards in the future would definitely be a great idea. What I also would like to do... Oh, hello. One of the spiritual leaders will bring in for a religious program... Wait, let's start again. One of the spiritual leaders we bring in for our religious program has been riling up the inmates with all kinds of hateful speech. They've been fired, but the prisoners will take some time to cool down. Right, so does this add anything onto their needs? It doesn't seem to add much. I imagine it's just some random modifier that's just hanging out on the outside. But anyway... So yeah, 27 prisoners at the moment out of 135 require literacy fulfillment. That is a hell of a lot of people that require literacy. So what's the best thing to do? Let's put it right next to the spiritual center. It's sort of the recreational wing, as it were. We are going to do something similar on this side. Well, minute. One moment. Mr. Mervyn right here is making noise. Come on. Fly. Anyway. I do apologize about that. I hope you can't hear my chair go around on the floor. You probably can. I can't imagine it's the most interesting noise in the world, but oh well. We will turn this into a library. I think we need to have people of a particular skill set to go into a library, don't we? Your prison will... There, let me start again. Your prison will be sent boxes of discarded and used books from around the country. Prisoners will need to sort those books onto shelves. Okay. I just felt like I needed to say that in such a way. But anyway. Doorways. Do we want to have a similar thing to what we have right here? It's a rather big library. I mean, if we want to... We're going to open some of these rooms up. If we get ourselves... Let's go to the planner very quickly. So I want to know the middle here. 16. 8, 8. That's right there. Right then, so let's get ourselves 2 doorways. We always want 2, because there's going to be cell blocks on this side as well. We want prisoners to be able to get in from multiple directions. We also want to get the metal flooring done right here, just to sort of complete this. Eventually we'll get this hooked up to the canteen. We really should get it done now, shouldn't we? I mean, this should really be the only 3 points that they will require in order to get into the canteen. It's just sort of another way of them getting in, really. But at the moment, I don't necessarily need it, which is why I've not bothered so much. Alright, here we go. So now we just need some shelves. What we also want to do is have this be wooden floor. Wooden floor? Should I make it into wooden floor? I think so. I like the idea of it being wooden floored. It's quite expensive. 13 grand. That's not right. That is a lot of money. Just fill it with sand. Just go ahead. Loads of sand. I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Mosaic floor. We got a lot of mosaic floor right here. We could probably just use that instead. Marble floor. Let's use the marble floor. Yeah, a lot less expensive. Oh yeah, how much is our prison worth? I can't imagine it's worth too much. Is it prison grading? No, it's reports. Okay, so it's not worth that much. Obviously, because we've had so many prisoner deaths, it's probably adding a little bit of a penalty. Oh no, penalty in the past 24 hours. Well, it's not as big as our last prison anyway. Which doesn't help. Anyway, so what we want to have in here is a... Wait, what's a school desk? Alright, I guess I was hovering over all of these, so it just gave me one of them. Anyway, a sorting desk. I don't know how many of these you really need. Q. Control plus left click to make high priority. Oh. I think I remember reading something about that, but just forgot about it. But anyway, we'll have some sorting desks just right outside the doorways. Yeah. I don't know if we really need this many sorting desks, but you know what? It feels right. And then we'll get ourselves some bookcases along here. Like that. You know, center it. Why not? Make it look fancy. We could probably get some more in the middle here as well. I will do that in the future if it is needed. At the moment, though, I feel pretty content with what we have right here. At the same time, I'm going to put some radios in here as well. Well, no, I don't want to put radios in there. What am I talking about? It's a library. No noise. Nothing. Put a radiator in here. What is our temperature at the moment? Around this area. Temperature. Ooh, it's really cold. Okay. We probably want to have... Put a boiler in one of these classrooms. I think I do that somewhere around here. Do I? No? Oh, yeah. There's a boiler right here in this classroom. I think I'm going to do the same thing over here. Also, apparently, I can just connect these up with large pipes. And that will solve all of the issues I've had. So, great. Apparently, that's something I can do. But, yeah, I say it will solve all of the issues that I've had. Okay, it won't solve all of them, but it will definitely help out. But, yeah, thought I'd mention that. There's something I read up, though. I haven't actually tested, so we'll see if it actually works. There we go, radiator. We'll just sort of... I like the idea of putting it in here, to be honest. I imagine it's quite cold over there. Although, now that I think about it, you know what? Let's just stick it there. Right, so this is all going to get sorted out. We will want to have a Garbatrol in here. As to how they're going to patrol, though, that's... So 2 guard patrols right there. Now, I think we need to have some sort of qualification in order to allow the prisoners to enter the library. Foundation education program. Many inmates lack even a basic foundation in reading, writing, and math skills. The course brings inmates to that level. Passing allows prisoners to work in the library. Fantastic. Library. I keep saying library in a really weird way. It's annoying the hell out of me. Led by a teacher in a classroom. Session length 3 hours. Each prisoner requires a school desk. Voluntary. Can hire externally. Can I get this done then? Or is it one of those you can't do it just yet kind of things? Seems like one of those kind of things. I think it's because... of the regime. Because we need 3 hours, I think if I do that, then it should work. So 5 to 7 a.m. seems pretty good to me. That's enough free time now. I believe that should then work. If we have the game start for a second first. So Foundation Education Program. Start. There we go. Fantastic. So it has it right there. 7 people are currently interested in that. And if we go to Editing Schedule... Parole hearing apparently isn't that long. We should probably add it into another work free time area. At the same time, if we move it up. There we go. We'll do that so I can make... because I'm pretty sure 4 a.m. is also free time, yeah. So we'll make that into work free time. I really don't like how they get up at 12 a.m. Seems a bit weird to me, but it seems to be the sleeping regime that is currently working out. So even though it doesn't make an amazing amount of sense, it's good enough. Now, 2 prisoners say they're well treated. I believe well treated just means all of their needs have been fulfilled. So I don't think we need to worry about that too much. At the moment, they were sleeping. So they're just sort of going to have a shower. I did mention before that maybe having a shower in each cell block would definitely help out when it comes to this showering issue. Did all the inmates from down here go up there? What happened there? They just all came out from the top. It was a bit weird. Oh well, it's eating time. And as you can see, 70 prisoners are currently suppressed, which is stopping the fights from happening at the moment because they're walking through those guards. And that's the kind of transition that we want. Some of them are going to act up regardless. What we want to do is stop the others from riling up because of that acting up and causing a chain reaction. We want to stop that from happening. And that at the moment is what is happening right now. It's fantastic. I'm glad that we found the cause of the... Oh, well, a cure-ish. It's a cure-ish issue. What am I trying to say? We resolved the problem, kind of. You know, it's still a problem that can happen. For instance, when gangs strike. You know, the gangs are really what's causing most of the issues that we're having. Thinking of gangs, or speaking of gangs, let's go to our gang menu. Right, so this one is pretty much done on this side. We are keeping some of them in there, though. So if we just take 2 guards out and pop 2 more in here, what we can do is get riot police to help resolve that issue. At the moment, though, I don't think it's too necessary. Oh, and at the same time, I just remembered, have we turned that other person into a Supermax prisoner? We've got 2. What are you doing? It is a Supermax cell block, so I don't really know what they're up to. But there we are. They're being moved now, so it's not too bad. But he will be with his little buddy, and hopefully that will stop him from sort of riling up and leading his gang into bloody terror. Yeah, that would be ideal. Now 41 prisoners are well treated, and that's just fantastic. There we are. Sleep is now kind of a big one. It's a bit weird, really. Sleep does sort of rise up quite quickly after these short bursts of sleep. I'm wondering if they have some sort of REM sleep system in this game, where if they don't sleep for a longer sort of amount of time, then it will cause issues. So we have a bunch of books here. It might be a good idea for us to have some metal detectors sticking out these doorways. Oh, no, I didn't think about that. We might need to move these desks just to the side by 1. But there we are. At the moment, we've got a bunch of books that have been moved in. We also have a power socket here, which we will connect up. And at the same time, heating will also be connected up like that. Oh, bit of an incident right there, but it's been resolved. Gang members, perhaps? Well, do you see that, ladies and gentlemen? Directly to intelligence and gangs. I'm getting used to this interface system. It only took 100 and... I think this is episode 36 or something. 136, because the previous session, or previous series of the Megamax, 100 episodes, and I still wasn't getting used to it at that point. So there we are. We're always learning, ladies and gentlemen. Always learning. So the library is done. If we look at our... Well, I suppose we haven't got the education program hasn't really started yet, has it? Now only 5 people are really interested. Quite interesting, really. 27 of them are... They desperately want literacy. Well, they have the ability to take part in it now, which is great. Some are being suppressed. The best way to deal with these prisoners, I've found, high security, is just to suppress them. They're going to act up. Some of them are going to do it. And we're just going to have to live through that eventuality. What else do we have, anyway, when it comes to their needs at the bottom here? Drugs and alcohol. Spirituality is still kind of a big one, but most of the... Well, a good amount of prisoners are being fulfilled. Kind of weird how it says 35 prisoners have this need. But it's only this top part right here. And then it says 28. Oh, right, I see. Because this prisoner's bar right here. So the green is actually going over the top of this yellow bit. Okay, that makes sense. Keep forgetting that's how the bar, or how the system is shown on the needs screen. But there we are. A lot of them are going up right now. Is it because they're sleeping? Yep, that is actually it. It's because they're sleeping. And when they sleep, their hygiene goes up. And everything they can't deal with when they're sleeping goes up. I mean, if they're running in their dreams, then that means their exercise should be fulfilled, right? Yeah, Mo? That's how it works, yeah? I wish that's how it worked. People would have a lot more to do in their day if they could just get that over with during their slumber. Also, we need to get the water connected over here.